We sang as we went. So you see what I'm saying? We're not really ready to go all the way back to our African ways, you know. We're just not really ready to do that. Next question. Yes, sir.
But until we get rid of our cars, I would suggest going to Citgo. It is owned by Venezuela, and that brother is revolutionary. So let's go to Citgo and get your gas. Drive that extra few blocks.
I wanted to ask about like the idea of identification. Somebody who considers themselves Chinese, if they're in Canada, they're still Chinese. If they're in Brazil, they're Chinese. If they go to Australia, they're still Chinese. They don't identify themselves as being yellow. What would they have had to go through to identify themselves as an adjective?
You mean like we say we're black?
Right.
Okay. Instead of saying African.
Or some kind of...
Okay, I got you. Yeah, that's really deep because a lot of people, man, understand that they are identified with a landmass. Period. You know, that once you say that, it says where you come from, what landmass you come from. And a lot of people say there's no such thing as black land. Well, truth of the matter, that's not true. There's black land. Like I said, the word Kemet is black land. That's what it means, land of the blacks. You see what I'm saying? But most folk don't know that, though. Again, and that's because, again, as we were just saying a little earlier, the brother and I, we use the word Africa. You see what I'm saying? So, for example, also, in fact, if you notice on my brochures, I have here 2008 Nile Valley River Cruise and New Mind Study Tour of Ancient Egypt. That's the first year I'm using that. I usually say to Kemet. And I had more people ask me, where's that? You follow what I'm saying? So since I'm using a term that's outside of the paradigm of thought of the masses, what good is it?
Exactly.
What good is saying words if when you say that word, the hearer has no understanding what you're talking about? That's a waste of time, man. Okay, so for the sake of the person I'm talking to, if I truly wish to communicate with them, I must use a term that they are familiar with. And that's why I said ancient Egypt. Not just Egypt, but ancient Egypt, you know. And so, you know, but I understand your point though, brother. We need to identify with a land mass when we communicate or identify ourselves. Definitely need to say a place that designates what land we are from. Any other question? Yes, brother. Fine, brother, how you doing? Good.
My name's Melvin. The last time I saw you was at LIU, and you spoke about having a venue once a month or something where we all could come together and practice pretty much on what it is that we believe and want to change within ourselves. So my question to you is, you know, he's looking over there. Okay.
I'll answer it, brother. The question, brother, and I get this question every city I go into, is when are we going to have an African village here in New York? Now it's deep because, brother, you just asked that question, but during the break, I had about 8 people ask me that question. You know, and I did say, I think when I was here, that we're going to try to make that happen on a monthly basis, at least a study group, start a study group or something. And unfortunately, brother, we have not made much headway in that area. We have been talking about our associate over there, Minister Mitchell. She's working on that. We're trying to find a place that we can meet for fellowship in the New York area. You know, so anybody cares to kind of help us out with that service, you know, to do that. Okay. All right.
Have another question coming up from one of our legends. This is a brother who is not just talk the talk, but walk the walk.
Yes.
We can bring him up and just give him some love. Brother Bambata, a round of applause. One of our warriors. He has a question for our warriors.
How you feeling, man, brother? Peace and blessings to you. I just want to know, how dangerous is it to keep teaching that many of the leaders keep saying we came here as slaves and not giving the teaching that we are the aboriginals of over here in the Western Hemisphere?
How dangerous is it?
How dangerous is to keep teaching that story of just that we came here just as slaves and not putting out to the youth or many people in the schools of thoughts that we are the aboriginals of even the people who they call the original Americans here in this Western Hemisphere.
Right, okay, I got you. I don't know if the word is really dangerous. I do know that it is detrimental. I would use that word, you know, of course now I'm speaking as a therapist. I would use that word detrimental. I would use the word unhealthy. I would even go as far as to say that we need to get people to understand that it is a lie. You follow what I'm saying? But it's not a lie to say that we were brought here as slaves. To be more accurate, it would be more accurately, specifically stated, to say that there were many of us who were brought here enslaved. That would be the accurate way to make that statement. Unfortunately, when it comes to Black History Month, you know, the shortest month of the year that they decided to let us have, the unfortunate thing about Black History Month, man, and you see it in all of the churches and all of the schools, and is they only go back to chattel slavery in all of their discussions. You know, from the time the slave ships brought us here, they never go past that. Okay, and I think that it would do a great deal of benefit. I think it would be very empowering to us as a people if we address the reality of our pre-enslavement existence, not just here, but all over the world. Yep. You follow what I'm saying? I think it would change the paradigm of thought of a lot of people. I don't know if I answered the question, but good, okay.
Yes, madam. My name is Leonard Scott.
Yes, Brother Scott.
About the 42 principle of my art. Where can I find the rest of it?
Actually, okay. What I recommend, man, is that you get the Per Im Heteru, all right, or the Book of Coming Forth by Day, all right, and you'll see them in there. Okay, only thing is they won't be numbered like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see what I'm saying? But all of the concepts or the declarations of Ma'at are in the Per Im Heteru. I recommend Malana's version is the Book of the Dead. Okay, Malana Karangas. Yes, in fact, Malana does a very good work with that, man, the Book of the Dead, because he addresses what is actually called the morality of the issues of Ma'at. What I'm trying to say, the moral principles of Ma'at. Now, I also saw a book. Somebody has the book here today. I think I saw it somewhere here today. It's called Ma'at, The Moral Ideal in Ancient Egypt. It's by Malana Karangas. Okay, you may want to get that as well, because Malana goes into great depth with that, man. I think I saw it out here, I'm seeing it in my mind, honestly. Okay, yes.
Okay, we have the founder of this great gathering, Brother Sarnetta, has a question. And I mean that seriously. No matter all the titles we have in here, father, businessman, mother, daughter, no one title or position you should have that you always honor the student. We all should be continuing to learn. I know I will forever be a student. Hey.
All right, I have a question not for Brother Ray, but for you out there. But before I answer the question, I must answer my beautiful brother Afrika Bambaataa. No, all of us did not come here as slaves. There was many of us who went all over the world. But the question today is, are we enslaved now? Yes, sir. Every black man and woman that's out there that didn't come here as slaves, are they slaves today, goddammit? That's the question we need to ask. All right? So I'm quite sure we can all agree in here today that we are still slaves. Remember I told you earlier that a slave is one whose will is controlled by another. Yep. Okay? A slave is one whose will is controlled by another. Now the question I have for you out there is, which came first, man or the Bible? If man was here first, then what happened to the people that left the earth before the Bible came here?
Okay.
Did you hear what I said? Okay. Because remember, ain't no heaven and hell here yet. Because the Bible is not on the planet yet. So if man was here first, then where did we go? Because ain't no heaven and hell concept is here yet now. Thank you.
Right on, brother. Thank you for that. What we call that